Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session. I'm sure that you all want to upskill and get into this field of data science, data analytics, data engineering, generative AI, artificial intelligence, etc. There are a lot of words, but there is only one thing which will help you all get a job: experience working on real world projects. Apart from that, apart from this, everything else everybody would do. Okay. People have an opportunity to learn on YouTube as well. People have an opportunity to go to Udemy and learn. People have an opportunity to use Chat GPT and learn the concepts. But will you be able to understand just by watching the videos is $1 million question. If there are any questions or doubts that you have, is there someone to clarify those doubts? Third thing is, will those videos give you an opportunity to work on real world projects? Absolutely no. So given this context, let's get started. There are too many windows on my screen, just ignore that. This is me. My name is Bharani Kumar Depuru. I'm CEO and founder of two companies. One is 360DigiTMG, which is into edtech services. Another is AI Spry, which is into AI services. I'm also chairperson for AI implementation for Intelligent Transportation System India. I work closely with Government of India and Prime Minister's office. I have close to 2 decades of experience and I hold a double master's degree, one from ISB and one from IIT. I worked with HSBC, ITC, Infotech, Infosys, and Deloitte. Post that, we formed our own company in the space of AI services. One is called as AI Spray, another is 360DigiTMG. I'm also a visiting faculty at Indian School of Business. I've been teaching for 6 years now, over 6 years now. And I also teach at London Business School. That's in short about my boring profile. Yeah. So let's get into the slides and let's have a conversation. As part of the first leg of the discussion, I will be talking about a few of the interesting projects that we worked on and who our customers are for whom we do AI projects. And towards the second leg, I will talk about what this training program would be, what are the different modules, and what are a few of the unique benefits that you get only from us and no one else is giving you in the entire country, right? So it'll be divided into two legs predominantly. First of all, these are all the research articles which are published on international journals. So we have a habit of sharing our learnings with the wider audience. The moment we accomplish a project, and if we feel that that's a unique project, which probably not many people accomplished, we go ahead and publish that on international journal because we have our own methodology of handling things. And yeah, these are all the bunch of certificates. Okay. At AI Spry, including people working across the globe and including a few of our freelancers, we have 182 plus people working. And these are a few of our big clients: Coca-Cola, Korean Airlines, Yatra, Volvo, so on and so forth. And Amazon happens to be one of our biggest clients. When people place an order for products such as iPhone or iPad, and a few people, not everyone, okay? Small section of people. What they do is they open the box, they replace the original phone with a duplicate phone or a brick of equal weight, and they send it back. And it's a loss to Amazon. So to counter that, we have come up with an X-ray based solution where if you have an X-ray machine, you just take a photo, and in that photo, you will have the circuit also. And the circuit, inside circuit of iPhone is very different to that of a duplicate phone. Using that, you'll be able to figure out whether it is an original phone or a duplicate phone. Also, whichever client, be it Amazon or be it Surana Group, doesn't matter. What we do is we take our students to client visits. We make them come along with us. We make them understand the entire process end to end. Okay. So we help them understand how to identify the business problems in the first place. And this is where your real world learning starts. And by looking at this, a lot of other competitors that we have, they floated a fake company and they started promoting that they do real world projects. Just ask them one question. What is the name of the client? And would we be given an exposure on those projects? That's it. They'll be like, no, no, it's very confidential. Client names cannot be disclosed. All those things will come up. Okay. I genuinely don't want you all to fall, uh, prey for these kind of gimmicks that, different companies are using. Okay. These are all our students along with the doctors, etc., Biologically Limited, Singapore Land Transportation Authority. We have our office in Malaysia also, in Kuala Lumpur. We have been operating since 2016 September, to be precise, right? And we do projects for Singapore government as well, Land Transportation Authority. JSW Steel, whenever I go to client visit, we communicate. Not just me, whoever goes from our company, our team, we publish it on our students group. And we request our students to be part of every client visit so that, we cannot be selfish, right? Only I will understand the business aspects. Only I will learn how to solve the business problems. No one else should learn. Everyone should be dependent on me. That's not a right strategy at all. Knowledge is meant to be disseminated, shared. So we call upon people. JSW Steel, if you go look at their website, you'll figure out that it is 176,000 crore company. Okay, very large company. And their ask was that we have these kind of kiln, KILN, and inside the kiln, you will have accretion layers which are being formed. Okay. And if the accretion layer gets thick, heat won't pass through. If heat doesn't pass through, the chemical composition doesn't happen. So we were asked to figure out this using video analytics. We share such experiences so that you also understand what kind of problems are solved, real world problems using AI or data analytics, data science, data engineering, etc. Right? And we have a unique methodology on how to understand the problem, how to collect the data from different sources. Okay. And where do you store that data? Very important, right? So we will explain you the entire process on how to build the model, how to deploy the model, how to perform monitoring and maintenance. I'll talk more as we progress, right? So we help you understand, okay, what would be the different data sources. You might have data coming from websites. You might have data coming from different mobile applications. You might have data coming from different IoT sensors or some other small databases. You will have to pull the data, extract the data, and store that data in some kind of data storage system. This data storage can be a database or a data warehouse or a data lake or a data lakehouse. And if it is real-time data, you use Kafka. If it's streaming data, you use Spark streaming. If you have very big data, you store the data on HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. So you learn all these different aspects. And you learn these things on three major cloud platforms: AWS, Azure, GCP, Google Cloud Platform, so that you have utmost knowledge. And with the advent of generative AI and agentic AI, we brought in two different aspects. One is for building, say, Gen AI solutions, and if you want to use RAG kind of applications, retrieval augmented generation, these are the current expectations, okay? These are the current expectations in the world that we're living in. So we will train you on vector databases. I mean, how to get the data into a vector database. What kind of vector database should be used? If I were to use agentic AI, should I use MCP? Should I use A2A? What should I use so that the pipeline is built efficiently? If the data is coming every second, say data is coming, or every day data is coming, you want to sort the data based on date and time and save it in a right database. So for time series data which comes your way from IoT sensors, etc., every second you keep getting, or every minute you keep getting the data, you need to store it in a database which supports such data, such as timescale database. And if you have data related to airports, if there are two airports and if a flight flying from one place to another, then there is a connection between two airports, two nodes. And if you have social media data, wherein you have two friends, if they are connected, you establish a connection. So when you have this kind of data, it's called as graph data. And you store it in databases such as Neo4j. All these things are included, friends. So we want to give you a holistic approach. And this we arrived at by looking at the job description of the current market. And once you get the data from different places, you create certain reports and dashboards. And the job of creating reports and dashboards lies with a data analyst. Data analyst performs data analytics. They will help you understand what happened until now. And then you end up creating reports and dashboards like this. Business intelligence reports or dashboards. We train you on Power BI. We train you on Tableau. And even using Click, using Python, you can create such dashboards. Okay. That part is called as descriptive analytics. And this is the client appreciation letter from one of the largest vaccine manufacturing companies in our country. So we work on real world projects. And when I quote that we are working for Amazon kind of projects, please understand that there should be some credibility. I cannot just like that pick some client name and then explain here, because we usually record the sessions and put it on social media platform. Okay, next. As part of the client visits, we help you understand a process called as SIPOC. Suppliers, who are the suppliers or vendors who provide you the raw material or provide a service for you? What do you do with those inputs? How do you process them? What output do you get? And who are the customers or consumers? Okay. And then you create the value chain, entire value chain. This understanding also will give you. So when you explain in interviews, you can say that, you know what? My involvement on the project started right from day one, right from understanding the business problem, wherein we visited the client place, and this is how we chalked or we crafted the value chain. Okay. Then we help you build forecasting models. This is for a client called a Super Shakti in West Bengal. All these client names you can search on internet, you can write them an email. Hey, this guy is saying that he does projects for all you guys. Can you, authenticate that? If you're in doubt, you can do that, right? No other training company does it because they don't have any such projects in the first place, right? Just to goof up things and fool the students that are doing that. Don't again get fooled, please. Okay? Do your due diligence, do your investigation. Okay, here. This particular client called Super Shakti from West Bengal acquires or procures coal, iron ore, dolomite, etc. from different countries such as UK, South Africa, Indonesia, etc. We forecasted on what will be the price of those raw materials for the next 3 months, for the next 6 months, for the next 1 year, etc. And whenever the coal prices are going to be the least, they go and procure, they go and buy, thereby reducing the procurement cost. These are the kind of projects which will help you talk more in interviews. And remember one more thing, even before you meet the interviewer, your resume will meet your interviewer. People, when they shortlist the resume, what do they look for? They check whether you have knowledge on real world projects or not, what kind of skills you have. Okay. Do you have any international certification? They look for all those things to feel confident about your profile even before talking with you. So these real world projects will help you bridge that gap. And the international certifications that we have will help you bridge the gap. And if you're one of the top 3 students or top 3 to 5 students, if you're doing a good job, we facilitate and ensure that your name is included in the international journal publication. The moment a client looks at that, they will be mesmerized, they'll be floored, and they would at least like to talk with you. And when they talk with you, it's all your knowledge. Okay, the knowledge that you have gained as part of working on these projects is good enough for you to talk properly and then eventually get a job. Okay. And for one job opening, hundreds of people will apply. Please bear that in mind. You should be really different for your resume to be shortlisted. Forecasting how much quantity of raw material is needed, forecasting what will be the prices of different spices, forecasting how many wooden pallets would be needed by different clients. So we will train you on all these different projects. And domain knowledge is one important thing. If you start interacting with the customers, clients, you'd obviously gain that domain knowledge. Okay. Then we also do projects in the space of machine failure prediction. A lot of people keep talking about sensors. A lot of people keep talking about IoT sensors, Internet of Things. Anything which is connected over internet is called as Internet of Thing. Even your mobile can be treated as Internet of Thing because it is connected over internet and it transmits the data. In machines, in industries, you'll have computers which are called as industrial computers. They will capture the data such as temperature, vibration, sound, hydraulic pressure, all these details. Using that, we predict whether a machine might fail or not. If it is going to fail, when will it fail? And which component might fail? We will help you build these kind of amazing models. We did projects in the space of wind turbine as well, wind turbine prediction. Then we also would train you on object detection kind of models. With us, what happens is, even if you're a data analyst, say you joined for data analytics program, or say you joined for a data engineering program, or data science obviously, right, or Gen AI, etc. We ensure that we give you all the knowledge required to perform your job efficiently. And when you talk about these things in interviews, just based on the first 2 to 3 minutes of conversation, they should be able to give you a job. They should think that, okay, I'm going to give a job to this guy. So we include a lot of amazing things. I'll talk about this when we get into the second leg. Maybe I'll be shooting the, um, the plan if I were to explain about these things now. Okay. So let me refrain from talking about that now. And in the next leg, when we talk about what courses we have, I'll talk more about this. Okay. So, be it flying drones, getting the videos and images of solar panels and predicting whether solar panels have damage or not, or be it detecting flammable and explodable items within the scrap, which might go into the burning furnace, thereby creating a blast. Two, monitoring the processes. We do all sorts of projects. So on the ceiling here, we kept our model on the IoT device, which will real time track and determine whether you are closing the clamps properly or not. Okay. We help detect whether you have 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm steel rods in your inventory or not. Okay. To detecting what is the growth of the chicks in a poultry farm. Okay. To determining the body temperature of the chicks using thermal camera sensors. We do a lot of projects and we include you on those kind of projects. Right. Okay. Next. We also, as I've told you, I'm a chairperson for AI implementation. We have a lot of our people currently working with us who worked on a lot of amazing projects. For example, using just your dash cam, you can determine what is the size of the pothole, depth of the pothole, in which location you have potholes, right? In order to fill that pothole, what kind of raw material would be needed, how much would it cost, and what kind of disruption it's going to cause to the traffic, all these things. You will learn. Okay. Our people, a lot of people here attending, have built this particular solution. Working for AI Sprite basically, where using satellite images like Sentinel-2, Landsat, etc., they determine whether the trees are ripe to be harvested. Are they fully grown or not? Okay, this is one of our flagship projects basically, which will identify, this is in the space of life sciences healthcare. Embryo, for people who don't have kids naturally, they go for IVF treatment, in vitro fertilization, where embryo is implanted into the woman's womb. And then if we are able to predict the quality of the embryo, the success rate of IVF treatments will go up. It's one of the groundbreaking solutions that we built. Okay. So the reason why I'm demonstrating all these projects is because you people should be confident, first of all, that you're getting trained by a company which works on real world projects. We don't just talk theory, we talk practical stuff. Okay. We build GenAI solutions for a lot of companies such as StetUp, which is into life sciences healthcare. Okay, we build GenAI solutions for Government of India and for a lot of other clients, right? Um, we work Indian Railways is our client, Tata Hitachi is our client. You know, if you take a photo of your face and it immediately it will determine what kind of cosmetic treatment is needed. So on and so forth, friends. But one thing is for sure, on each and every project that I've shown you, our 360 DigiTMG students have worked on it. And they are the people who got jobs. Let me tell you that not everyone who get trained through us will get a job. Only those people who successfully work on the projects get jobs. It is as simple as that. So it's your responsibility to work on the projects. And we have certain entry criteria for you to work on the projects. First of all, you have to complete the training successfully. Okay. All right. And we will include your names on the international journals so that you get an edge uh, on getting your resume shortlisted. And when you talk with the interviewers, you can talk with pride and confidence. Okay. These are all the various awards and accolades that we have won over a period of time. And we are also working with Chinese client where we are putting our AI solution into the device, into the medical devices which you see in ICUs. All right. So this is about our AI spry, and hopefully I sorry, hopefully I instilled some confidence in you guys on what kind of projects we work in the space of AI, Gen AI, etc. Now, let me take your attention to the training programs that we have. After this, I'll open the floor for questions, and you all are open to ask questions, whatever questions you have, and we'll be more than happy to explain. Okay. So we have programs, which are these. We don't want to deliver trainings if we don't work on those kind of projects. We only want to give real world projects. Our objective is very clear. We want people to get a job. Friends, whatever fee, training fee you pay, will not, don't assume that we are becoming profitable. Absolutely no. We get money only if you get a job. If you get a job, the higher the salary, more is the money that we get from those companies where you get placed. Okay. But just the money that you pay for the training will not even cover our AWS costs. We give you graphical processing units when you work on the final project. Okay, we give you something called as GPUs for you to practice. Whatever money you're going to pay for the training will not even cover that cost. So if you're serious about getting a job, we are twice as serious as you. Because only if you get a job, we get that money, which is our profits maybe, right? Otherwise, no. If you are a person who's coming to this training, and then if you feel that you're just running for fun, you don't want to get a job, then this training is not for you. Please don't come. You'll repent later on, because we bring in a lot of seriousness into our trainings, and our trainings are outcome based. That means people should get a job. That's it, simple. We don't train or we don't gauge our success based on how many people got trained. We gauge our success based on how many people got placed. Okay. So we have all these different programs such as business analytics, data science, data engineering, Gen AI, Agentic AI, etc. And we are the only training company on the entire planet who has 76 plus domain analytics programs. If you're from life sciences healthcare, choose life sciences healthcare analytics. If you're from financial background, choose financial analytics. If you're from marketing, choose marketing analytics, so on and so forth. And NVIDIA CEO said this, and it really caught my attention. He said that you will not lose job to AI. AI will not take away your job. Who will take away your job? Those people who learned AI and who are using AI in their work will replace your job for sure. No doubt about that. Okay. So you learn what is AI, data science, machine learning, deep learning, data mining, etc. You will learn what are the roles of data engineers, data analysts, data scientists, MLOps experts, Gen AI, prompt engineers, agentic AI, etc. You learn all of these things, right? And here are a few of the salaries that you can expect in the global market. And if you want to know in the Indian context, these are the salaries that you can expect. So in short, if you are a person with 10 years experience, for every 1 year, you can expect anywhere between 2.5 lakhs to 4 lakhs. What does that mean? If you're a 10 years experienced person, you can expect anywhere between 25 lakhs to 40 lakhs per annum. Only if you fall in this bucket, that means you'll be doing justice to your career. Okay. And a lot of students got placed, friends. Now, here also, I have something to tell you guys. Again, there are a lot of training companies who are a little scared to give you the LinkedIn profiles of people who got jobs. Okay. I think we are the only company which gives you the LinkedIn profiles of the people who got jobs. Okay. So, what we do is, whenever people get placed, either I or someone from our company will interview them to understand how did they get jobs, right? And these people talk great, about how they got jobs, how they did internship with us, and how, things shaped up for them. Um, Ernst and Young, Deloitte, Flipkart, TCS, Amazon, ENY, Google, you know, many companies in Dubai, Al Shaya, ITC Infotech, HCL, Capgemini, right? In that way, if I keep scrolling, you will see a lot of people who got jobs. Okay. And if I do this, the list would go on and on. I did one exercise, friends, recently. I think it is worth telling. I just went to my LinkedIn. I looked at all the messages that I received for the last 3, 4 years, right? And the count exceeded 700. And these messages were messages from people who got jobs after getting trained through us. Okay. So it's worth exploring that. What do our HR team do? They get in touch with them. They check, do you have any job openings? And if they have any job openings, they let us know. Okay. Alongside that, we have, say, for example, head of data insights and analytics. Okay. People who are working with Telstra, people who are working with Amazon, people who are working with Myntra, Microsoft Innovation Hub, etc. These are all the leadership talks where people come talk with me. Why would they come and talk with me? Just like that for fun? Okay. Do they have that amount of time, or do I have that amount of time? Not really, right? So these are all the various people who feel that, there is some relationship with me in the professional environment. So they come explain on what kind of skills they look for before they hire people. And we go check with them on what kind of job opportunities exist in their companies. Our HR team does that. Okay. And eventually, whenever we come to know about the job openings, we publish it on our social media platform. You have to go and apply for the jobs. Okay. So who is doing these kind of things? I don't know. You people are better judges, right? Because you'll be doing some kind of research. These are all the research article publications, so on and so forth. So it makes sense for you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm just posting it here for everyone's consumption. Go for it. Okay. Next. I posted it on the Zoom chat. You might want to look at that. Then, their LinkedIn profiles are also available, by the way. We have people working in international markets. Since we have our office in Malaysia, we help people get placed in Malaysia and Singapore and in that region. We have people working in Dubai, in Emirates, in Al Shaya. We have people working in National Health Service UK, in UHL Hospital Ireland, so on and so forth. They are spread across. Here is the learning roadmap. After this, I'll take your questions, okay? I'll quickly explain what are the modules that you will learn, and then I'll explain you. So the beauty is that you will learn from multiple trainers because every trainer is specialized in some space. Every person doesn't get an opportunity to work on all the projects, right? A few people would have worked only on Gen AI. A few people would have worked only on image analytics. A few people would have worked only on forecasting. So we bring their experiences into the training. So you get trained by real world practitioners. Second, we will take you to the client visit so that you get the first hand experience. And we give you an opportunity to work on assignments and gain the practical exposure. Then we move to placement assistance, where we help you work on 1 to 2 real world projects. And if you are one of the top performing performers, we ensure that your name gets published on international journal. Every week, we also prepare resume prep session where we talk about a AI powered resume preparation tool, which will help you devise a resume which will get shortlisted. It's worth exploring that tool, yeah? Then, friends, there are two sets of people according to me. One, trained on data science. worked on dummy projects on Kaggle or GitHub, etc., and looking out for a job. They will in their lifetime not get a job. Even if they get, that will be pure fluke or through their personal hard work. Okay. If you're trained with 360DigiTMG, the advantage is that you'll work on real world projects, which we're doing as part of AI Sprite. You'll attend daily stand-up meetings. You'll attend the client meetings so that you learn the real world scenarios on how meetings happen, what documents get created, etc. Will help you deploy on-premise, the solution, AI solution, and on cloud as well. This exposure no one gives because it's going to cost them a fortune for them. $1,200, $1,300 per real world project. That's the cost that we pay. So not many people would like to give you that service, right? And if you are one of the top 3 to 5 students, your name will be there on your international journal. If interviewer just looks at that resume, they'll be impressed, right? Also, we give you certificate or diploma from State University of New York, USA. Okay. Depending on which program you enroll for, you get it. And you will have lifetime validity. Lifetime validity. If you want to do masters by going to US in future, the diploma program is going to help you. Okay. Then we also understand that you will have weak learners, slow learners, and we'll have fast learners. Fast learners will complete the training in say 6 months or so, including projects. Weak learners will take 1 year to learn because they are slow. Maybe they are slow. Maybe because of that, they could not do really well as part of their graduation. Maybe their colleges don't have campus placement opportunities. Hence, they didn't get a job. Hence, they are joining this training, okay, for whatever reason. But we believe that it is a specific individual who has to decide whether that person is a slow learner or a fast learner. Don't look at a tiger and try to burn yourself so that you get the shades, black shades. Okay. So don't look at someone who's extremely smart and get into the depression zone that, see, that guy got a job I didn't get. You sit down and do a due diligence. You assess yourself. Are you a fast learner or a weak learner or a slow learner? Then take 1 year time. Say 1 year is not sufficient. Even after 1 year of putting in your effort, you are not able to remember the concepts, basics also. You're forgetting. Join do an internship with us. We support you completely. We understand completely what kind of a learner you are. But first of all, you need to acknowledge that. Okay. You need to acknowledge that yes, I'm finding it difficult. I'm not able to remember things. Help me out. Reach out to us for help. We'll be more than happy to help. Okay. Usually what happens is people who are weak learners, slow learners, who don't remember things easily, they are the people who become negative. They get into that depression. Maybe people at home are asking, what happened? You didn't get a job yet. What are you doing? So they get into that depression and they start writing negative reviews. Don't fall into that segment, friends. Don't let negativity come even close to you. Okay. We are with all those people. We understand their situation, mentally how disturbed they are for resorting to those kind of negative activities. But you people have an opportunity to work as an intern with us. Gain more experience. Okay. That's the support that we provide, by the way. Then we have programs such as business analytics programs where we train you right from scratch. We have people who have done their BSc, BCom, BA, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, etc., who got jobs in good companies. So we train you right from basics. We train you Python basics. We train you how to install the software. From that level, we get started. We make you work on projects. Our programming, I would say focus on either Python or R, focus on Python only. Our recorded modules will be given to you. Watch them. We train you on project management methodology because at the end of the day, you have to work on projects. We train you on databases. We train you on SQL. We train you on NoSQL, business understanding, data understanding. Yeah. We train you right from third class math onwards. I'm sure you all have done your schooling and then you have done your graduation, right? Third class math onwards, we get started. EDA, data pre-processing, Power BI, Tableau, Google Looker Studio, Advanced Excel. Then we make you work on one real world project and we conduct a mock interview. Earlier, we used to call this as Viva session. Then a lot of students are like, you know what, you're asking questions, but you're asking questions in a generic way on all the subjects that you taught. You're not asking me questions on projects. So we are like, okay, I see. So let's do one thing. We will conduct mock interview directly. There's nothing called as Viva. But in this mock interview, we will interview you on the concepts that we trained you on and the project that you worked on. Okay. We conduct weekly resume prep session, interview prep sessions, and ultimately you go to our job portal, apply. But we will only share those profiles with the companies if you have successfully completed the training. What does that mean? I'll come to that. So you learn Excel, Tableau, Power BI, SQL, MySQL, Python. Okay. Here, I think the MySQL part is missing. We'll train you on MongoDB. Okay. Next. These are the certificates that you get, and the certificates that you get are blockchain enabled. What does that mean? If you submit this to some interviewer, if they click on this, they can verify whether you have genuinely done this program with us or not. NASCOM certificate is optional. You can go for that also. And you get project completion certificate from AI Sprite. Then we have another program called as professional program. So we have certificate program, professional program. In professional program, there are two things again. If you say I want only training, go for it. If you say I want training and certificate, go for that. But I would recommend you to go with this because it will help you strengthen your resume. You will get State University of New York certificate. It's not just certificate. You get roughly 100 additional hours, of e-learning from State University of New York. And the diploma certificate that you get will be valid for lifetime. You'll have support to do MS in US, in State University of New York or affiliated universities. In future, if you want to do, this is a valid route. Okay. So again, we train you right from basics, how to install. From there on, we train you on Python. We make you work on projects. We make you work on three projects while your training happens so that you gain the process knowledge on how to handle projects. And eventually, when you work on the final projects, you'll not find it difficult. We make you work on databases, understand data, statistics, probability, all of that, advanced Excel. We also, though you're a data analytics student, we make you learn basics of machine learning. This is needed in the industry, right? If you say that I only know data analytics, everyone knows data analytics. How will you get a job? With alongside that, data analytics, add new skills. So we make you learn text mining and natural language processing. We make you learn clustering. We make you learn regression. These three are very much part of exploratory data analysis or descriptive analytics. Go search on internet, you'll find out. People with half knowledge will not be able to tell you, but resort to internet. You have ChatGPT, etc. Search, figure out. Okay. What if you have big data? How will you analyze? For that, we'll train you on PySpark. We'll train you on AWS and Google also for data analytics. And what about Azure, Microsoft Azure? This you get from State University of New York. Then you work on 2 projects, attend the mock interview. Mock interview will test you on the projects that you worked on and also all the other skills. Okay. Then you ultimately get the certificate. You get 2 certificates from AI Spry, NASCOM is optional, diploma from SUNY, and 360 certificate. 5 more minutes, friends, and we'll be done. 5 more minutes, right? We will also train you on Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI. This is a skill that data analysts will learn, data scientists will learn, data engineers will learn, and Gen AI experts also will learn. And within data science, we included machine learning operations also. And in data analytics, we included all of these: text mining, NLP, clustering, linear regression, PySpark, analytics, etc. And all the 3 cloud platforms we will train you guys on. Okay, these are all the various skills. Of course, again, as I've told you, I think one thing which is missing is MongoDB. NoSQL database. We'll train you on that also. Then we have 2 programs: certificate program in data science and professional program in data science. Okay. Here, Python, project management methodology, database, SQL, NoSQL, all of that will train you on. And these things I personally train. So from my side, this is my assurance that roughly 40 to 50% of the modules will be trained by me as part of the master classes. And now we included agentic AI also. Okay, so I train you on ensemble models, which includes extreme gradient boosting, etc. The advanced, most advanced algorithms, deep learning, ANN, CNN, RNN, all of these things, right? And whatever is highlighted in purple color, this will be e-learning. Hadoop, big data, Spark, machine learning on cloud, on all 3 cloud platforms: AWS, Azure, GCP. Cloud computing, all 3 platforms: AWS, Azure, GCP. With us, you'll not have any dearth of knowledge. You'll have immense knowledge with you. We make you work on 2 projects, finally go attend the interviews. So ChatGPT, LangChain, Crew AI, Microsoft Gen AI, Pydantic AI, we included all these things as part of our training curriculum, so that we bring to you the most, latest happenings. So all these are the certificates, and the certificates that you get from State University of New York are aligned with Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Services, AWS. So when these kind of certificates go onto your resume, they'll carry huge value. PDS, you get diploma. I would any day recommend a diploma certificate. It will have its own charm. Later on, when you want to do masters, the certificate will be valid. Okay. Here are the various tools that will be covered, right? Chainlet, Llama Index, bunch of things would be covered. A lot of deployment frameworks such as Vertex AI, Neptune, Heroku. We are working on enhancing these deployment platforms. You will learn Flask, you will learn Fast API, you will learn Streamlit, bunch of things you learn. Okay. Then data engineering. This is one of our flagship programs where we train you on, of course, Python basics, exploratory data analysis. I think I have to bring it here, somewhere here. Exploratory data analysis and data pre-processing. We will train you thoroughly on this, because as a data engineer, you have to do transformations on the data. We will help you build data pipelines. We'll help you understand SQL and NoSQL. Then we will train you a little bit on Linux operating system. We will train you on virtualization and containerization. And we will include Docker, we'll include Kubernetes, etc. For pipeline building also, we include these aspects. In fact, we train people on that. You will learn Hadoop, okay? And then you'll understand the distributed environment. You'll understand how, if you have big data, you put the data on HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System, and how do you process that data using Spark? How do you perform pre-processing? How do you load the data back into HDFS? If you have real-time data, how do you use Kafka producer, Kafka consumer, Kafka broker, and how do you get the data into the required database? And if it is time series data, we will train you on time scale database. Okay. Then Apache Airflow for orchestration, we will train you on OLTP, OLAP, will make you work on data models. Okay. Then data warehouses, data lake houses will make you work on Databricks, Snowflake. All these are practical driven. Okay. We will make you work on all the 3 cloud platforms, not one, all 3 you'll be working on. I believe this will give you immense knowledge. Plus, we will train you on the latest of the things. If you have graph data coming your way, social media data, say aviation data, airport air traffic control data, etc., that's graph data. Do you know how to extract the data, how to transform, and how to load it into graph databases such as Neo4j? You need to learn. And this is going to give you a difference, give you an edge. And for all our professional programs, PDA students, professional data analytics, and professional data science students, we give the e-learnings of all these amazing things so that you learn the best. We train you on generative AI also. As I've told you, if you want to use RAG, you need to certainly use vector databases. Pinecone, Chroma, FICE, etc. You learn any one we are going to train you on. Then now people are talking about agentic AI. How data engineering will be applied in helping build these kind of applications. Do you even know what is MCP, what is A2A, etc.? We'll train you on that. Now, these skills are expected in the current world, friends. 1 year down the lane, these many things weren't needed. Let me be honest. But today, are these needed? Yes, absolutely, these are needed. If you don't learn these, there's no question about you getting a job. Okay, in data engineering. And we also have data engineering programs which are aligned with Microsoft Azure certification, those that come from State University of New York. Okay, these are the various things that you learn. I gave a few AWS examples such as Kinesis, MSK, Lambda, SageMaker, Glue, Redshift from Microsoft, from Google, bunch of things, right? You will learn all of that. So this is again the same recap. And here are the bunch of benefits. And as I've told you, we'll give you 1 year time. Whether you are a slow learner or a fast learner doesn't matter. You'll be given 1 year time. Within 1 year, how soon you want to complete the training, how soon you want to complete the assignments and real world projects is up to you. And we will give you free lifetime access to our AI driven learning management system, in which we give you soft skills also. We want you to focus on your soft skills as well. Okay. All right. So stay tuned for a 100% no fail plan, provided you stick to the basics. Complete the training within 1 year, submit all of your assignments, work on real world projects, job done. Go get the job. Okay. So this is our phone number and email ID, friends. You might want to call on that number and we'll be more than happy to do the counseling for you guys. Okay. So I'll stop here and I'll take your questions.